It's November the 7th, fixing to pack up. Me and two of my good hunting buddies, Jarrod and Randy, are fixing to head to Kentucky for 9 days on a hunt that we've been waiting on for about 5 years. We've been up to this place and hunted off and on, have seen a lot of deer. We haven't been successful yet. The anticipation of us being able to get drawn in November has just been everything we've been looking for, like I said, for about 5 years. We're really looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming for us, and we just want to share these memories with you guys, and hopefully we can be blessed to kill something. I will say that, you know, our expectations are pretty high. We're going up there for a reason. So if we kill something, it's going to be big to us. It may not be big to the next guy, but it's going to be big to us. So anyway, stick along with the journey, and we'll go ahead and get this stuff loaded up and get ready to go in the morning. So it's day 2 in Kentucky. I believe it's November the 9th. It was pretty hot yesterday. It was around 70 degrees. We set up yesterday afternoon. I seen a little doe. A buddy of mine seen a buck chasing a doe, grunting. I set up in this spot that I set up in last year in December when I was here. I've seen several good bucks. I think I'm just off of a bedding area. I definitely know it's thick. This morning it was about 40 degrees. We got a southwest wind. I'm kind of hunting on top of a ridge. And the problem is it doesn't matter where I get. There's just deer around me everywhere. So it's gonna blow somewhere on them. First thing this morning, I seen a nice tall, I think it's either an 8 or a 10 point. Nice buck. I'd have definitely shot him. He was probably about 70 yards cruising the edge of a thicket. And then about an hour after that, I seen another nice buck. Not completely sure. Probably a shooter. Really dark horn, so I know it wasn't the same deer. And he was actually cruising the thicket, the same thicket, the other direction. So the deer did exactly what I knew they was going to do. It was with that south wind, they're cruising the north side of that ridge line in that thicket looking for some does. So I'm probably going to set up this evening a little bit closer to that thicket. I probably won't get to see as far, but I don't care what I see. I just care what I kill. So I just need them within range. All right, it's day 3. I think it's November the 10th. It's about noon. It got hot today. I think it's around 71, 72 degrees again. And the wind's starting to pick up. I believe there's a front coming in the morning. It's supposed to rain, like 100% chance of rain in the morning, which is a good thing because I need to wash my scent out. I know some people have different opinions about that, but anyway, I think it's a good thing for me at least. But I had the morning that the magic show happened. Unfortunately, I was about 70 yards away. I moved yesterday after seeing a couple bucks close to the thicket. Them suckers literally probably come about 40 yards. This morning there was 6 bucks chasing one doe. It was amazing. It's crazy. I've seen bucks all day long, all the way up till 11:30 today. It's about 12:30. I got down and made a move over to what's going to be known as my killing tree now. It's one of those trees that just finds you when you find it. Got all these different limbs. I'm up in like the fork. I love shooting out of the forks of these trees like this. Provides a lot of cover. I don't have to hunt quite as high, so I can get down below some of the foliage that's still on the trees. But anyway, Jarrod and Randy did not have a good morning. They didn't see anything. I think they're moving, but I'm staying put, and hopefully one of these big boys will come back and cruise through. See you.
I just had the best experience I've ever had. I had 6 bucks in here. Man, they were running, looking for me. There was a huge one and another big one that I shot, and I thought he was the other one. And there was 4 other bucks. It was the most insane, most intense thing I've ever, I could just feel my heart. Shot him. I don't know where I hit him at, but his back legs were paralyzed immediately, so I guess I shot him high on this vertebrae. I shot him again, and he drug off again. I shot him a 3rd time. He went to the ditch, and I shot him a 4th, just to, I didn't want him to suffer. It's awful close to me to shoot. No, that's not shooting.
All right, it's day 7, and it's been pretty tough last couple of days. We've had some weather moving in and out. Haven't been able to hunt the way we wanted to. We got pushed out of the stands this morning because of a storm. Regrouped, fixing to go back in, and I've got a cameraman now with me, which is nice, not having to try to self-film and catch all that. But Jarrod, tell them why you get to video this.
Well, I'm well rested because I was fortunate enough on day 5 to kill me a good buck, and so now I'm excited and rested, well rested, to film for the first time and hopefully get a big buck kill on camera tonight.
So we're going into this area. I've actually been hunting it predominantly since I've been here. I've seen several nice deer in the area. I just have not been close enough to get one of them, but you know, that's bow hunting for you. Maybe it'll happen. I think we got 2.5 days left, and I think we're probably going to spend most of it here in this area, so we'll see what happens. Throughout the week, we kept kind of making some adjustments and stuff, and Jarrod stuck with his plan where he had set up last year and just kind of critiqued it a little bit. And then on the 5th day, on that Friday morning, it had started raining on us, and Randy actually had to run back to the truck to get some rain gear, and me and Jarrod stuck it out. And this big guy right here come by for Jarrod, and you know, that's his first buck with a bow. He's been with me for about 5 years, going on these hunts with me, and he's passed on some good deer, and this year it paid off for him. He wanted to shoot something that he was proud of, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty proud of this one. I know I would be. It's got a lot of mass. It's really unique. It's got 14 scoreable points on it with some broke stuff, so there's really no telling what it would have grossed if it would have had all the points. But regardless, it's still an awesome deer. It scored out at 138 and 5/8. Carries mass literally all the way out to the end. Game and Fish was at the processor, and they pulled a jawbone off that deer, and they aged it at 6.5, which is kind of funny because we've been going to this place for 5 years, and you know, if you do the math, that deer would have been 1.5 years old when we started hunting there, and obviously would have passed it up. And that just goes to show that you know, you have to pass up some of these deer for them to get to this level, this caliber, and chances are he's on his way down anyway. But a 6.5-year-old on public land is just It's unheard of. You know, again, I'm so proud of Jarrod for sticking with it. That morning, he had everything that could possibly go wrong start to go wrong during that hunt.
The morning of, I couldn't find my grunt call. They were walking out the door, and Tracy knew I was looking, and of course he has 3 backups of everything, and he let me borrow one of his grunt calls.
So he had that one, and he seen some deer out in some CRP right next to where he was hunting at over a scrape and a good trail. And
if I wouldn't have had that, they would not have came over to me, without a doubt. Me grunting, I grunted it 3 times for them to come over.
This one and another big one, wider one, he said actually come in and got about 25 or 30 yards near the scrape and was just looking around for, you know, the other buck, and couldn't find it. But Jarrod has to shoot with a clarifier in his peep sight, and he had glasses on, and I don't know if y'all know about rain and glasses and clarifiers, but they do not mix very well at all. I probably should shoot with one, but I don't for that reason, because it's going to rain on me if I've got one in there and it's going to clog up. So he was having to just struggle with in the peep sight and out. And anyway, he shot it. He actually spined the deer. It dropped down, and so he started trying to text me and Randy. We didn't have very good service, and he was texting me and Randy. He was trying to do the BBD, and he could not get it to come across. He couldn't get his fingers to work. He was so excited, and I wish I was there to film it, because I can only imagine what he was going through. But anyway, he finally gets a message out and says he shot the wrong one, and I'm like, you shot the wrong one? How you shoot the wrong one? I mean, it don't work like that with archery, you know? Randy's like, all right, dude, let's go. You know, like I said, we're texting all back and forth, and Randy's at the truck, and he's texting me saying, hey, man, we gotta hurry. You know, he wants to get back in the woods. And and I'm like, hold on, man, you need to wait just a minute. I gotta find out if this dude's even serious, you know, because Jarrod is 110% joking 110% of the time. So I couldn't figure out whether he was playing with us or not. And anyway, I finally get a phone call through to him, and I instantly knew, based on the way he was stuttering and chattering and just rambling on, I knew it was real then. I told Randy, I was like, man, just get the cart and meet me out there. So I tracked over about a half a mile. I had full rain gear. I had everything on. I was soaking wet from sweat and rain, and you know, those guys were wet, but man, what a memorable hunt. You know, we say that it's about the chase, and that's really what it's about. You know, I didn't kill anything, neither did Randy, but I think we had just as much time, just as much of a fun time and sharing memories that we got to share. After that, I went ahead and hunted several more days. Jarrod filmed for me, and we've got several deer bucks chasing does, grunting. It was some really good stuff. It just wasn't the deer I wanted to go. I passed up on a couple of, I'm gonna say 125s, 120s. You know, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm just judging. I went up there with the hopes of shooting, you know, 140, 150 class deer, and I was determined that's what I was gonna do. I was blessed in Arkansas this year. I'd already buck tagged out, so I didn't need the meat. That's just the way it goes. All the way up to the last morning, literally, Jarrod's filming for me, and it was just windy, and we were down at the bottom of this ridge, and the leaves were hitting me in the face and in the back, and I text Jarrod and I said, man, we are not going to see anything in here, or nothing close, because of this wind. And I'll be dang, about 30 minutes later, I hear some deer blowing up on the ridge, and I look up, and there's deer just literally scattering everywhere. This big buck comes running down past us about 50 yards, and he wasn't coming to us. He was running scared, because they didn't know which way to go. They could just smell us. And he literally had about a half of a tree, a green tree, stuck in his horns, which was pretty cool. I couldn't get him to stop. Like I said, he was 50 yards, and he was running through a thicket. He appeared to be a shooter, but that's just what happens, you know, when you're out bow hunting, especially on public land, when you can't control what other people are doing. Obviously, we don't have any control over the weather. You just got to go with it and make adjustments and make the best of it, and that's what we did. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was some memories for us. You know, that's why we wanted to put this together, because it literally took us 5 years to get drawn for this, and don't know if we'll get to go back. But we wanted to share these memories with you guys, because that's what we do. Is just try to make memories and have fun. So anyway, good luck to you, and I hope you get to make the memories that we've made and shoot the buck that you're after.